Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon here at the DCEU Miniplex, and this is the revamped version after the Valentine's Day 2018 event items. So I just wanted to give that a good walkthrough before I talk about the different components. So the largest one is the curtains here. Like before I had the romantic curtains here from several Valentine's Days ago, and that was kind of a workaround because I didn't have anything else. And you can actually still see that if you walk back here. Like this is what was there before, and obviously that's too long and not horizontal enough to really be a movie screen. So it looks a lot better with these newer curtains as they go from like top to bottom. The rest of the theater, as far as the seats, are still the same. I did put some bat signals to kind of create like a little wallpaper because they drop pretty often from Earth 3 content. And then we see some of the smaller curtain parts here for the middle entrance. Some garbage items to accent. And then back here we have the concession stands. And I had to reorganize this area here because I had to fit this huge wall unit in. Originally, I mentioned in my test server video that I was going to try to put it here, but it just protruded too much. Because the idea was to just kind of cut off this alcove, move the soda machine up, so that basically the wall unit became the soda machine, but it just popped out too much. Like there was like a huge hole at this wall. But it does fit perfectly between this column and the entrance of the dive base. Oh, and yeah, this is the new theater door, replacing the dive base door. And just like before, this theater just features the now discontinued BVS posters, which are pretty much in the same place as before. I just kind of worked around those. I could have put the new generic posters in there, but I don't know. I just think it looks better with the Batman v Superman posters. Because with the generic ones, I think there were only 3 types, so I would just have to repeat them, and it would look kind of boring. But hopefully someday we get another poster set. The concession stands are great. Like the way they divided these parts, you can really customize the shape and the length of this, because they gave us the corners, and then we have there are 2 different pieces. There's the concession items, the candy, and then there's the one with the register. But like as you merge them,
the bug cave
you could.
Is way sweeter than your place. I'd give you permission to enter it, but it's top secret.
Man, I forgot to take ambush bug out of this space. Yeah, I've started removing him because he tends to talk when I'm shooting these videos. But yeah, you could customize the length of these because of the counter areas that you can kind of merge into the next one. It takes a bit to kind of line them up perfectly though. With the soda item, I just kind of merged it into the actual amenity, and then we get this interactive popcorn machine. So in my test server video, I also talked about flipping the theater, because the one item I'm not using is the theater screen because it's a wall item, so I couldn't put it over here where I wanted it. In order for me to use that, I would have had to reverse the entire theater, and it still wouldn't look perfect though, because there would be holes on this wall if I happened to put like 2 of the screens. But let's see, in Shadow Dragon's base, I did build a mini theater that uses the screen. So let's take a quick look at that. And I built a bunch of mini theaters in like several of my alt spaces, but this is probably the best looking one. And it's really simple too. It's just a couple of items in the upstairs area. So it's the new curtains again. And these are two of the generic posters. And the screen, this is the base size one too. This is not the League Hall one, but it's pretty huge. Like it'll cover most walls, and it's actually going through the wall. So it's great that they let us kind of clip the item so that it fits. And it looks pretty interesting in different theme spaces. Like in this ancient one, it's actually being framed by the columns that are built in, because it's allowed to clip into the walls. So it's definitely cool when they make large items that can do that, especially wall items. Like this large curtain actually clips maybe 1/3 into the wall if you need it. So you can really customize the length of that. The other thing I want to show you is a League Hall application of the concessions, because I built this huge complex using several pieces in my personal hall. So we'll just take a quick look at that. And the concession items are great because I had several bases that were kind of blue in theme, but they had like sort of like pub slash bar areas, and those items are warm in color. So the concession items kind of are a good workaround to have like a blue colored bar. So as you can see, this League Hall, it's like an aqua with purple. So the structure you see here, this was previously built with pub items, which were like a reddish wood. And I just rebuilt the same shape. Now the cat's going to destroy it. Okay, there goes his attack. But yeah, basically I had the same shapes here. It takes more concession items to do the counter area, but less items for the wall unit. It's basically just 2, whereas with the pub items it took 3. It took 6. Because I think I had like the dartboard and 2 of the large items. But all in all, it's close to the same item count. It just blends in better with the colors that I'm using for the League Hall. Okay, just wanted to go over a bunch of those applications, tacking it onto the main event, which was the version 2.0 of my Miniplex. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.